western part of Pennsylvania. And whether you're joining us from Pennsylvania or Alaska or California or Florida, it is great to have you here this morning. And any time of day, any time of the week, always good to feel like we're part of a little important meeting here every day. And today what we're looking at is the concept of steadfast love. Like, what does it look like? And I'm going to give you a little teaser actually for this next Sunday service. I've been tooling around. It's just interesting as doing the Christmas story, right? We've heard it all a hundred times, and yet the story yields just every year. It's like new little pieces, new little insights, because it's such a beautiful story, and I think it resonates with much deeper truths that lie in our heart. And then this year, one of the things we'll be looking at in a couple of weeks is the journey that they took from Nazareth to Bethlehem. If you're not aware of the story, Mary's 9 months pregnant. They get called to this sort of to this taxation rally where they're going to get taxed by the Romans. Joseph takes her to Bethlehem, where she has the baby Jesus, as part of getting taxed by the authorities. It's kind of an interesting story. And I was thinking a lot about, again, like what does steadfast love, like that idea of steadfast love, really look like? And that's so much a picture of it. So I want to read you a little piece of it and talk about it again. We've been coming at it from a prophetic standpoint. And this is what I want to read to you today. This is from Psalm 25, verses 6 through 10. Good and upright is the Lord, therefore he instructs sinners in the way. He leads the humble in what is right and teaches the humble his way. In the paths of the Lord are steadfast love and faithfulness for those who keep his covenant and his decrees. That idea, like, just let that sink in. The paths of the Lord are steadfast love. There's a certain kind of love that has that steadfastness to it. And one author I really like, Walter Brueggemann, calls it transformative solidarity. It's where we just simply join up with people on the journey, just solidarity on the journey, knowing that somehow this matters. And that is so much God's path. That's so much the way he goes and the way God moves and what God calls us to, excuse me. And yet it really is kind of challenging, because in a certain sense, um, much of spirituality, and I'm talking at a superficial level here. Obviously, at a deep level, I would totally say something different. But at a very superficial level, faith, religion, spirituality, Christianity, all those things, they're not effective. They're not relevant. At a very superficial level. And Richard Rohr talks a lot about that. Like, yeah, don't worry about making your faith too relevant. As a matter of fact, it's supposed to sort of be irrelevant, because it's supposed to be a counterintuitive approach to the world. We have out there what the world says relevant, what the world says is effective. And spirituality says something very, very different. It was interesting last night. We closed a small group, beautiful small group, and we're chatting sort of a final round of gratitudes, and really interesting to hear people talk about, hear one person in particular who's often on this call, talk about like how actually, this is what matters. This somehow is our little way of saying that the world is different. It's not moving the whole world. It's just this little piece we're doing is going to matter, and this little piece is going to be an alternative to the world. I think that's really powerful. It's a very different idea of what's relevant and what's effective, because it's sort of a small position. It's known in its littleness. Like, amazing, right? It's known in its littleness, it's known in its smallness, it's known in its quietness. And that becomes transformative solidarity. So that I think is what we want to think about today. Like, where can that transformative, abiding solidarity show up for you? And again, I think this is so big. Remembering that with that transformative solidarity, that idea of these ways of all the past, Lord, are steadfast love, the steadfast love that is the way of God. It's a very deep kind of love, because it's a love, and I think this is so big in our culture, so counterculture, what I'm about to say. It's a love that understands love is the core reality of humanity. It is more than just an emotion. Love is the core reality of humanity. It's more than just an emotion. Emotions come and emotions go. And that's where I think we can get so enamored with what's effective, what's efficient, because whatever kind of triggers that emotion is good. What doesn't trigger it is bad. In reality, is steadfast love is much deeper than all those things. It's much greater, much more uh, much more real, much more the ground of our being, and creates this transformative solidarity. We see that in Joseph and Mary taking this trip that will end up in the birth of Jesus, and we see it in our lives as well. I guarantee all of you folks out there have practiced transformative solidarity with someone, and I guarantee all of you have been the beneficiaries of transformative solidarity with someone as well. So that's the thought for today, folks. And again, if you want to hear more, you'll hear all that turned into a sermon in 2 weeks, 2 Sundays time. So feel free to tune into New Church Live. You can always do that on our homepage, www.newchurchlive.tv, or just right on this Facebook page. We'll be broadcasting to that as well. So with that, friends, I ask you to join me in a little meditation here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ring a bell here and just have a minute to quiet our minds, still our minds. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have a little prayer, meditation, blessing, and then I'll say hi to people on my phone. So if you want to leave a comment, you're more than welcome to. Just do it on New Church Live's Facebook page. That's where I'll be responding to comments verbally. So with that, folks, let's all get a big breath. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I. Be still and know that. Be still and know. Be still and. Be still. Be. Our Father, who art in the heavens, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, as in heaven, so upon the earth. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we also forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and bring you peace and bring you home. Amen. All right, dear friends. So if you wanted to leave a comment, you are more than welcome to. I'll be pulling those up from from our Facebook page here, from New Church Live's Facebook page. And I hope you're all doing well, and I hope there were no technical glitches. I know we had some little glitches from broadcasting down in Maryland. It seems like anytime I'm not doing it locally, it seems to be a little finicky, but hopefully that did not happen today. All right, let's take a look at the comments people have left today. Paige, great to see you this morning, Paige, and I'm wishing you all the very best this Christmas. Patricia, great to see you. Love to see that heart. Tori, hi everyone. Things at work have been hectic, and I've missed being here with you live. How are you all? Sending you all love. Tori, and that's kind of funny because just this morning I was thinking I hadn't seen you hang out live with us for a little bit, and I'm glad you are this morning. Marcus, good morning to you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Sherry, good morning down there in Tennessee. I see you have a little overcast down there. Uh, Linda writes, solidarity on the journey makes me think of precious people in my life. Love is the core of all and always wins. Yeah, and it's interesting. I was thinking about that a little bit, Linda, like the that whole solidarity. That's where the love really matters, right? And it's just, believe it or not, that is totally countercultural in so many ways. Transformative solidarity, definitely a valuable goal to work towards patiently, calmly, clearly. Blessings on your day. That's from Carl out in California. And yeah, and Carl, you're right. It's sort of this thing that we're always trying to work towards. And it just, yeah, it has a beautiful steadfastness to it. Gene, good morning to you. Linda, no glitches. That is good stuff. Darnell, uh, yeah, Darnell, if you need a powerful prayer, like what you can do is you can send me a private message, to Chuck Blair. You can send that on Facebook or send it via our homepage. So, folks, just wishing you all the best, and God bless you on your journey, that whole road of transformative solidarity and how beautiful that can be. So, folks, take care. Have a beautiful day. We'll see you. Bye bye.